Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode on Lily-White FC. Today I'm going to be predicting the Premier League standings for the 2016-2017 season. So I'm going to be predicting from 20 to 1 who I feel is going to actually get in where they are. This is up until today's date, which is the 10th of August. This is not taking into consideration any potential signings that are going to happen between now and the end of the transfer market. So this is just as the teams sit at this moment in time. Starting off at the bottom of the league is Hull City. Now, don't get me wrong, Hull City have got some great players in their team. They've got some amazing ex-Spurs players, but I don't believe that they actually will have what it takes to stay in the Premier League. I believe that they will be bottom of the league at the end of the season. Next, we will have Burnley. Now, yet again, Burnley are coming up from the lower league, and I believe that they will have a half-decent season, but I don't believe that they will have enough to be able to stay in the Premier League for next season. And the last team that I feel that won't stay in the Premier League will be Middlesbrough. Yet again, the other team that's coming up. I feel that the teams that have stayed up from this season, from 2016 season, will actually have enough firepower, enough money in the kitty and everything on those lines to be able to stay in the Premier League. I believe that the three teams coming up are also going to go back down again. So that's the relegation. Moving on. Just going to go through the whole teams one by the other until we get up to roughly around about 9th place, where it starts to get a little bit more interesting. The next team will be Stoke City. Stoke City have bought in some half decent players this season. They have bought some quality players, but then again, you see the thing is, I don't see them actually, being able to sustain a good run. I feel that they will potentially drop off. Sunderland is the next team I feel that will be in the pecking order. Nothing against Sunderland apart from the fact that their third kit looks absolutely awful. Next, Bournemouth. Now, Bournemouth yet again have bought some decent players in. They've got some half-decent players already in the team as well. I've even actually got one of their players on my Fantasy League team to start off the season. Watford next. Now, Gomez had a great season for Watford last season. He was like the second highest rated goalkeeper on points on the Fantasy League last year, and I believe that he will keep them in the Premiership this season, given a good chance, and also his big massive hand. West Brom is next. So West Brom are a half-decent team. I believe that there's a lot of problems in the dressing room with the whole Berahino thing. I still don't see why they want to hold on to somebody that really doesn't want to be there. Spurs don't need him anymore. Now we've got Janssen, so I don't know where Berahino will go, but if he does go, he needs to go soon, so then they can move forward on that whole saga. Next will be Palace. Now, Palace have signed Andros Townsend from Newcastle, who's a great player. Next, Southampton. Southampton, over the last couple of seasons, have been really good. I feel that them having to find a new manager and also progress with that new manager will actually have problems for them moving forward. Swansea City next. Now, Swansea City have just lost Ayew to West Ham, and that will be a huge loss for them. Sigurdsson has just signed another 4-year contract with them though. 9th position will be Everton. Now, Everton, don't get me wrong, yet again, they are a really good team. They have some really good players in their team, and I feel once they've actually got over the Lukaku and the Stone saga that they're going through at this particular moment in time, and they get in really good players, if Ashley Williams does end up signing for them after John Stones has just signed for City, then I believe that there is the good possibility that they will stay at the top end of the table. Moving across to the other side of the park is Liverpool in 8th place. Don't get me wrong, Liverpool do have a lot of prestige, but that's all they have at this particular moment in time. I have to be careful what I say here. As you know, my brother-in-law is a Liverpool supporter, as is the wife. But to be honest with you, I don't believe that the players that they bought in is really going to help their team progress any further in the league at this particular moment in time. So the next team is Leicester City. Now, there's no denying it, Leicester City had an amazing season last year, but then again, nobody's going to be picking them for the Premier League this season, to be honest with you. They lost Chianti to Chelsea. There's a big chance that they still might lose Mahrez. They managed to hold Vardy, but there's other players that are linked elsewhere. Drinkwater's linked to Spurs. So I don't see them managing to hold on to their normal starting 11. Well, they haven't managed to hold on to the starting 11, but there's a couple more players I feel that won't stay at Leicester once some of the phone calls start coming in towards the end of the transfer window. In 6th place, West Ham United. Now, West Ham United, they have done some amazing work in the transfer window, signing Ayew. They signed a new left back. They have moved to the brand new stadium, absolutely amazing stadium. I'm kind of a little bit jealous that they moved to that new stadium, because obviously Spurs wanted to go there as well. But however, in hindsight is a great thing. We're getting a brand new stadium built exactly where we are, so we're going to stay at White Hart Lane, and I would prefer to stay at White Hart Lane rather than moving across to the Olympic Stadium. But you know, don't get me wrong, West Ham, I think they're going to have a great season in the Europa League this season. I really do believe that they're going to make it into the group stages, and I believe that they will have a really good time there. Andy Carroll should benefit this season. So moving up into 5th place, I have our arch enemies, Arsenal. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna deny it. Obviously, I'm biased being a Spurs supporter, but I'm gonna put Arsenal below Spurs this season for the main reason that they really haven't really got. Well, Wenger hasn't got the grip of Arsenal's transfer market, really, has he? I mean, he hasn't really bought very well. He's bought Xhaka, which great player, but he's also bought in, you know, some other players which, you know, Akuna Matata, you know what I mean? Yeah, Arsenal 5th place. Sorry Ross, sorry Brett, but Arsenal 5th place this season. Spurs are going to finish 4th place this year. Now, don't get me wrong, we have gone down a position from last year, and you know that's just the way it is, because I believe that the teams that are above us have bought better and stronger players who will improve the squads, and I'll go over the top 3 in a minute. But talking about Spurs, we have bought well. We bought Wanyama, who's been an amazing player in the pre-season games that I saw him, and also he has played pretty well in the past, and I feel that he will also strengthen our backline a little bit. And Janssen, yet again, from what I've seen from YouTube clips and stuff along those lines, and also the friendly game against Inter where he held up the ball for Dele Alli's goal, and also the goal that he took himself, played really, really well, and I believe that he will be battling for either playing with Harry Kane or Harry Kane's place. So, Harry Kane, watch your back, mate. Moving up into 3rd place. 3rd place I have given to Manchester City. Now, Manchester City have bought really well in the market. They bought some amazing players. Just recently bought John Stones, which you know, I feel he will fit in really well at Man City, and with the quality of players that he has around him, will actually bring his prestige up a little bit. A little bit concerned about Joe Hart. He had a really bad Euro 2016 there, and that could actually possibly be playing on his mind. But the sort of person that I think he might be able to shrug that off pretty quickly, as long as Pep obviously gives him a pep talk. So, moving up into the top 2. Now, it's pretty hard to pick between Chelsea and Manchester United. Chelsea have bought some amazing players in. They bought in Cuadrado from Juventus, who's an absolutely amazing player. They bought in Batshuayi from Marseille, who Spurs were going for apparently. And I believe that them 2 players, along with the team that Chelsea already have, are going to be really good signings. I still feel Chelsea really need to get a really good solid centre-back to if not take control of the centre-back role. I would have thought someone along the lines of Hummels would have actually fit in really well at Chelsea, but then again, obviously he's already gone to Bayern Munich. So there is a possibility that if they get a really good centre-back, that they could push for the Premier League this season. However, I believe that Manchester United will actually win the Premier League this season on the pure fact that you can't go out and buy Pogba, Abramovich, and also Mkhitaryan and not win the Premier League. And if you don't, I believe that Mourinho should never manage a football team ever again. If he doesn't win the Premier League this season, I really do believe that he should never be allowed to manage a football team again. With the players that he already has in the form of, you know, Rooney and De Gea in nets, and also you know, some of the other backline players that he's also got. Bailey, who's just bought in. A lot of people aren't sure about him. I think he's actually pretty decent. I believe that you know, Manchester United, they will be winning the Premier League this season. So that's my predictions. As you can see, I believe that these will be the final positions in the. As you can see there on my right hand side. Yes, they will be the finish. That will be the finished league. Well, thanks very much for watching the video. I really appreciate you coming along and having a watch. If you like the video, please smash that like button. I really would appreciate that. And also, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video, which will be coming out this Saturday, which will be my review of the Spurs Everton game. So thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.